You know, it ain't cheating, but you might want a new set of fingers in your head every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. What's good, YouTube? TP Locks here, bringing you guys another video today. Yes, today I'm gonna be sharing takeaways from my first Loctician visit in 4 years. All right, so if you're interested in that video, stay tuned. Per usual, if you have not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe button right now. If you have hit that like and subscribe button, definitely wanna make sure you hit that notification bell to stay notified on all the posts the moment I post. All right, let's get into the video. As you guys may have heard in my last video, I took a trip to the Loctician. Been following my channel for a pretty long time. You know, my wife manages all of my retwisting, pretty much all of my lock needs. If I need a 2-strand twist or a cool style of any kind, my wife is my ace on this. She's been doing a great job, but she's got her own priorities. Commercial actor, also a full-time stay-at-home mom. The last thing she wants to be doing is be chasing after my head, my daughter's heads, while also trying to do her own hair. It's just very tough for her to balance all the heads in the house. For this particular instance, I wanted to go to a Loctician to get the whole Loctician experience. It had been a while. As a policy, I am not anti-Loctician. I'm just anti-spending money. So if you got somebody at your house who can do those things for you, or you can do the maintenance on your own, I just wouldn't advise spending as much money as the Locticians are asking for. The reason I wanted to go to the Loctician on this particular day is because I've got a few areas that I feel like need some attention. I kind of mentioned it in the last video that I hadn't been taking real proper care of my locks. I hadn't been managing my hairline. I do have an undercut. That requires some maintenance. All the grind that we had kind of been through, I had sort of fallen off with a lot of my regimen. Felt like going to the Loctician would be a great opportunity to get a nice, fresh reset. I was gonna go get a wash, get a brand new style, and even address some of my thinner lock areas with maybe some repair or some good lock combination. So I found this Loctician in the area. I believe this salon is called This Is It. The owner is actually pretty well known on Instagram, has a pretty big following. So I decided to go and support their business. One thing that I really did like about this salon is that all of the Locticians on the website had sort of like a little portfolio, so you could see some of their work. Some of them had social media handles that you could go and research. So that was pretty cool. But one of the things that I first encountered that was pretty awkward for me was how to pick the right Loctician. Me not really knowing any of the Locticians personally, I found it very difficult to really assess, the pecking order or who I should pick. Fellas, we know this all too intimately. You can't just walk in a barber shop, look at someone's portfolio, and then just assume that they're gonna be able to do what you need them to do. That's just not really how it works. And I would argue that locks are even more intricate. I eventually narrowed down on a selection just based on how this person's 2-strand twist looked. After choosing the Loctician, of course, they want a deposit. Usually hate giving deposits because I'm cheap, but obviously I understand, you're paying to reserve a spot. You can obviously imagine, I don't really know if I can qualify the work yet, and here I am paying money. I got some mixed feelings about it, but I paid it because I wanted to make sure I could get this service and get this actual appointment. The first thing that you have to do with this particular Loctician, and probably most locked spots, is you have to schedule a consultation. Again, this is just me being petty, a petty consumer. I hate meetings for meetings. I hate having to pull up somewhere, waste my gas just for you to thumb through my hair, count my locks, and really not essentially accomplish anything, especially with gas prices being the way that they are right now. I was cool to make this trip. When I entered the salon, the atmosphere was great. The music that they were playing is really dope, nice neo soul vibe, so I really did love the little ambiance. After the initial consultation, I paid half that day, and then we scheduled the appointment. Some people don't like having to pay half. Obviously, I get it because I'm cheap. I'll say that again. I'll say that until I'm blue in the face. But in this particular instance, everything has sort of checked out. After seeing the spot, vetting her responses to some of my questions, I had determined that this was a knowledgeable person. This was somebody that I was gonna trust to put their hands in my head. We were able to schedule the appointment for the following week, so it's a pretty quick turnaround. Came in the day of my appointment and it just went perfectly. Got an amazing shampoo. She does like a 3-step process where she does like a pre-rinse, then she does like a wash, then she did like an ACV rinse, then like a honey condition to put back all of the moisture. It was great, it smelled great, it was like an aromatherapy experience. I joke at one point, like, man, I don't even know, I see why people come to the salon, because right now I feel like I might be doing a little cheating. I don't know about having another woman's fingers, going through my head and me feeling real relaxed. It made me feel good, and I didn't know if I was supposed to let another woman make me feel good. Got the retwist. She didn't have a heavy hand or anything like that, just perfect retwist. The 2-strand twist was amazing. The one thing that I did mess up was I didn't communicate to her that I had like a tapered hairline. So when I came in there, I had like a whole bunch of wolfing going on, and she essentially took all that hair and incorporated it into the lock. And this was the fatal flaw that pretty much ruined the entirety of the experience, not because of her, but because of me and my lack of communication. Because immediately after, I got the retwist, and you can probably see from some of the B-roll, my forehead is like all the way pulled back because it's just all the fresh hair that just got incorporated into the lock. After the fact, in-house barber wasn't there, but they did have the guy that was right across the street. Again, fellas, this is a brand new situation, a brand new person. I don't know this person at all, but in conjunction with the loctician and just the hairstyle, I'm not trying to walk around with fresh 2-strand twist and a wolfy undercut. I'm not trying to do that. You ever know when you sit in a barber chair for the first time and somebody decides that they're gonna super duper tax you, and they're sort of gauging your response to see whether or not you're gonna go for it? Whether or not you go for it is gonna determine whether they extend their card to you so they can try to finesse you again. That's kind of essentially what happened. I sat in this chair and this guy proceeded to messing my hairline up. Like, mind you, my hair was already sort of wrapped up into the locks. I had kind of already accepted that my hairline wasn't gonna be its natural form. I wasn't even mad that he was pushing me back, because I could kind of understand and empathize. As a person who self-cuts, I get it. I can empathize that right now you're gonna push me back a little bit. It was the price. This man told me that a side taper cut, of the side of my hair with the 2-strand twist cost me $40. $40. Mind you, I'd already spent, a couple hundred, I think, on the 2-strand twist and all that stuff. I have no problem with that. It's worth it for that every now and then. But this haircut, $40, I didn't even have cash. You don't take cards. It was just crazy. I had to go all the way to a gas station, pull out $40. In my head, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like, bro, I could just pull off right now. He told me to go to a gas station, to go get $40 for a haircut that's botched. Let me just peel off. But I'm a father, I'm a God-fearing man, and I feel like I'm doing my best to stay saved. I'm being saved, I'm staying saved. So I did what was necessary. I said, you know what? I'm gonna support black business. Did the service, I'm gonna give him his $40. But you know what? It's gonna be the last 40 he get from me. And I got home, y'all, and it was this weird, sort of like bittersweet feeling. I love the 2-strand twist, but I absolutely hated the lineup. And I wanted to big up the loctician, I wanted to big up the shop, but it was just very difficult to do so without coming across like I was being negative or any sort of kind of way. Like, I have been so accustomed to taking control and ownership of the end result of my hairline, what my hair looks like. It did feel a little uncomfortable to have to relinquish that to anybody. Sitting in that chair and letting somebody cut me knowing that they weren't gonna do as great a job as I could, or at least what I would be satisfied with, it felt away. There's probably a lot of y'all out there that ain't even willing to level set with me on this and be like, nigga, if I would've I'm sitting up there, I know somebody pushed me back, I would've stopped them. But you gotta understand the circumstances at that time were, I had an afro underneath some 2-strand twists. It didn't matter how he was gonna cut my hair. I just needed my hair cut in that moment. But in totality, the experience was just so off-putting just because of that lack of control. I kind of left saying, okay, this is why I don't come to locticians. This is exactly why I don't do the whole thing. Not because they're terrible, but just because like this control, I really do prefer. I don't like being in the uncomfortable space of having to like communicate with someone about what I want to do. And I have been accustomed to my wife knowing exactly what to do to my scalp. And I went into this space assuming the same thing. And of course I made that fatal mistake. The fatal mistake in the loctician being not communicating and not being comfortable communicating, I guess, that, hey, I want you to comb down this undercut and then cut it down in the end. I felt like I did communicate that in the beginning, but it's still up to me, the customer, to reiterate that in the very end. In terms of the positive, what I will say is that I thoroughly enjoyed the wash. the tingly feeling of the shampoo, the treatment, the ambiance. In terms of getting your locks taken care of, this felt like a spa treatment for my locks. I did appreciate the atmosphere, the people. It was extremely professional. Everyone there was dope. I would recommend people to go if you kind of want like that Loctician experience. In terms of me, is this the experience that's gonna sway me into going to the Loctician more? Nah, that experience didn't give me enough to say, okay, I'm ready to offload this onto someone else, even if I can't afford it. I still would prefer to have that control over the end result of the hair a little bit more. If anything, I will go for that wash if I want that wash treatment, just to have those fingers, you know, a new set of fingers in my hair. No, it ain't cheating, but you know, you might want a new set of fingers in your head every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Overall, I would definitely recommend it. I just wanted to share with you guys. Have you had an experience like this? You a person that deals with any sort of social anxiety, being out there and communicating what you want to a Loctician? Am I the only one who finds it uncomfortable sometimes? Yeah, that was my experience. Don't be like me. If you go to a Loctician, you have to speak up and communicate thoroughly what you want. I've given you this advice before. I didn't follow my own advice. I got there and I got botched. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of see where it's trying to grow back. But prior, like, all this was gone. All of that was gone. But yeah, hopefully you guys found this story funny, useful, entertaining, whatever, informative. Yeah, it's been TP Locks signing out.
TP Locks fam, what is going on? You already know it's your boy Backpack Beatz. If you like the music on my homie TP's channel, definitely come over to my channel. I got more of these. I'm making beats every week. I'm also DJing every week for the No More Free Beat Show. So definitely make sure you stay tuned in. Got a lot of stuff popping. I appreciate everybody who's been coming from TP's channel as well. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love. It's nothing but a community over here for real. We got the dope vibes. So definitely stay tuned to what we doing on TP's channel. Make sure you stay tuned to what I'm doing on my channel also. And it's gonna be fire, man. Dope beats, dope music, dope vibes. Appreciate y'all.